Winston Churchill called it the Pearl of Africa. And Winston Churchill was not a man who gave out compliments easily. He saw the mountains, the lakes, the forest, the animals, and the people. And he said, "This place is the most beautiful on the entire continent." He was right, and almost nobody talks about it. My name is Chris McGill. I run the Coin and Currency Club, a monthly subscription box where we send you real coins and banknotes from a different country every single month. This is the first of 4 videos we're making about Uganda. And before we go any further, I just want to say this. I've done the best I can with the research behind everything you're about to hear. If I got something wrong, drop it in the comments, and I will do my best to respond. I'd rather be corrected by someone who knows Uganda than leave a mistake sitting out there. And if you enjoy this kind of thing, hit subscribe. We do this every month. In this video, we'll cover Uganda's geography and what makes it unlike any other landlocked country in the entire earth. The city, the landmarks, the people, the food, the culture, and at the very end, we'll talk about 4 small objects that are hiding in plain sight. By the end of this video, Uganda may mean a little bit more to you. This is our passport card. It covers the geography, the cities, and the essential facts of Uganda that most people walk right past. Uganda is a landlocked country in East Africa, no coastline, surrounded by 6 neighboring nations. And yet, it contains Lake Victoria, the largest tropical lake in the entire planet. And not just the largest lake, Lake Victoria feeds the White Nile, one of history's most famous and debated river origins, beginning a 4,000-mile journey north to the Mediterranean Sea. The longest river journey in the entire world starts here, in a landlocked country that most people would struggle to point out on a map. Uganda sits right on the equator, and somehow it has snow-capped mountains. They have mountain peaks taller than the Mont Blanc, the highest summit in the Alps. Ancient maps from the 2nd century called this region the Mountains of the Moon, and they have glaciers right on the equator. That's Uganda, a country that defies every expectation the moment you look at it. Churchill's Pearl of Africa wasn't a poetic flourish, it was a geographical statement. This place has everything. Our tour guide brochure describes Kampala as a vibrant, chaotic, and energetic heart of Uganda. I love that phrasing, vibrant, chaotic, energetic. That's not a flaw, that's the description. Kampala was built on 7 hills, a design that gives it the rolling, layered quality where the city seems to rise and fall as you move through it. It's famous for its colorful local markets, its historical monuments, and what our tour guide describes as some of the friendliest, most welcoming locals in the entire planet. About an hour from Kampala is the city Jinja. This is where you can take a boat ride in the exact point where the waters of the Lake Victoria pour into the White Nile and begin that 4,000-mile journey north. You can stand at the source of the Nile, not read about it, not see a photo of it, stand at it. And then there's Entebbe, on the shores of Lake Victoria itself, Uganda's international gateway, the door through which the world enters this country. 3 cities, 3 completely different personalities, all within reach of each other, and unmistakably, entirely Ugandan. I want to talk about 3 places in Uganda that entirely represent something completely different about what this country is. Bwindi impenetrable forest, dense, ancient, mist-covered rainforest, a World Heritage Site, and the best place on Earth to trek and observe mountain gorillas in their natural habitat. Our passport card notes that Bwindi is home to nearly half of the world's remaining population of wild mountain gorillas, one of the most concentrated populations on Earth. Not a reserve somewhere, not a zoo, the actual forest, the actual gorillas. Murchison Falls. A tour guide describes it as one of the world's most powerful waterfalls. The entire Victoria Nile forced through a gorge that is only 7 meters wide. The result is a roar you can hear from a distance. A permanent rainbow hanging in the mist. 7 meters, the entire Victoria Nile forced through 7 meters. That's it. And then there's Rwenzori Mountains. Snow-capped peaks on the equator, ancient glaciers, bizarre giant alpine plants that exist nowhere else on Earth. Higher than the Alps, right on the equator. Uganda is not one thing, it is every landscape comprised into one country. Quick pause, if you enjoy finding hidden stories into everyday objects, I put together a free PDF. It's called The 5 Coins Everyone is Overlooking in 2026. Real undervalued coins that most collectors are sleeping on. Completely free, links in the description. Our travel document piece features 6 people in the Ugandan history. 6 people who carried this country's name somewhere extraordinary. I want to move through them because each one deserves a moment. John Akibua, legendary hurdler. In 1972 Munich Olympics, he didn't just win, he won Uganda's first ever Olympic gold medal and shattered the world record at the same moment. Uganda's very first Olympic gold, broken world record, same race. Joshua Cheptegei. His name is on our travel document card as a modern athletic hero, an Olympic gold medalist who holds multiple world records in long-distance track events. Uganda has produced world record-breaking distance runners across multiple generations. Cheptegei himself has said it comes down to training, mindset, and the demands of the highland terrain. Whatever the combination, the results speak for themselves. Fiona Mukesi, the chess prodigy from Katwe, one of the most challenging neighborhoods in all the country, whose story was adopted into a Disney film called Queen of Katwe. She didn't have the typical path to chess mastery, and she became famous around the world for it. Stephen Kiprotich, national hero who won the gold medal in the men's marathon at the 2012 London Olympics. 2 Ugandan marathon gold medals. 2 different decades, same relentlessness. Sir Edward Mutesa II, affectionately known as King Freddie, the first president of Uganda, serving from 1963, the year Uganda became a republic. A man who carried 2 enormous identities all at once, a traditional king and a modern head of state, in the most consequential moment of his entire country's history. Every Coin and Currency Club kit includes recipe cards, real recipes, and the real stories behind the dishes. This one is the Rolex, not the watch. The Rolex is Uganda's most famous street food, a delicious omelet rolled inside a warm, flaky flatbread, often with cabbage and tomatoes inside. And our recipe card tells you exactly where the name came from. Rolex is a playful phonic of the phrase rolled eggs, spoken quickly by street food vendors. Rolled eggs, Rolex. Say it fast enough, you'll hear it. And this one, Mandazi, our tour guide describes them as a beloved East African treat. Fluffy, slightly sweet fried dough pillows flavored with cardamom, a perfect companion to a morning tea. Our recipe cards give you the full recipe, straightforward, easy methods. These are not complicated, and they are good. Our travel document card explains the language of Uganda perfectly. A linguistic mosaic. Uganda has over 40 recognized languages. 40. English and Swahili are the official languages. English is used in government, business, media, and education. But Luganda, native to the central Buganda region, is the most widely spoken indigenous language, and it functions as the unofficial heartbeat of Kampala. Walk through the capital, you will hear English, you will hear Luganda, you will hear Swahili, you will hear languages you don't recognize, all in the same city block. And then there is what our travel document card calls the charm of Yunglish, Ugandan English. Locals seamlessly blend English vocabulary with local phrasing, proverbs, and grammar to create something that is distinctly Ugandan. It's not broken English, it's not imperfect English, it's the English that has been adapted, and made entirely its own by 40 million people who speak 40 languages and somehow still understand each other perfectly. That is not a language problem, that is a cultural achievement. Before I show you something, I want to read you 2 verses from Uganda's national anthem. It's called O Uganda, Land of Beauty. The music, composed in 1962 by George Kakoma. O Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hands. O Uganda, the land of freedom, our love and labor we give. There is a 3rd verse. And by the time this series is done, those words are going to mean something different to you. Now, I promised you something at the start of this video. Every single thing we just talked about, the animals, the landmarks, the symbols, the pride, it's all in here, encoded, deliberate, hiding in plain sight in Uganda's currency. The next video. We take these 4 pieces apart, symbol by symbol, and I show you exactly what Uganda decided to say when it put its identity into metal and paper. If you want to hold all of this in your hand, a new country every single month, links in the bio. And if you haven't grabbed the free Insider's Guide yet, 5 overlooked coins worth watching in 2026, that link's in the description too. I'll see you in video 2.